everybody is so unique and everybody is so powerful that they made it here today. They thought of it, and that's exactly why they are here today, right? All right. So my name is Kinnary. I will be your MC for today and guide you through the rest of the day. All right. We're gathered here to celebrate women today. Women as in the powerful women that we are. Be it a homemaker all the way to the leadership roles that we have present today and the general, all sorts of workers that are here today. Everybody has made it through their lives and be the empowered woman that you are. Give yourself a pat on the back because you are the woman, the empowered woman, right? All right. So thank you all for coming here today. We have a fantastic line of speakers. We have great sponsors and the best audience we can have. So welcome all right? And right now, I just want to say all your tables have the agenda placed for your information. There is some information sheets with the QR codes to complete a survey for the event today, all right? Now, all good things has to start with positive vibes. Everybody believes in positive vibes, right? We Easterners, in a way, believe in a lot of karmas as well. So we're gonna start this ceremony with a beautiful deep lighting inauguration. Okay, so we're beginning with the candle lighting. Now, this is not just a candle. I want to call it a flame of empowerment. This is a torch that we all carry within ourselves. It's an empowered torch that we carry and we vibrate it out to everybody. And as women, we are the empowered, loving, caring, beautiful souls that we present ourselves with this ambience, right? And then everybody kind of like, here, me standing on the stage, I have a different aura. Everybody, yourselves, have different auras. And you carry that flame within you and give it to the world and empower everyone. So we're gonna start with this lighting ceremony. And for that, I will request all the WE team members to usher all the speakers on stage for that. So let's start with an ADM or Assistant Deputy Minister for Arts, Culture and Status of Women with the ministry in Government of Alberta. Snehal, would you please bring Lisa? Dr. Lisa Ross Rodriguez is also an Assistant Deputy Minister, Newcomer and Multicultural Sports, Immigration and Multiculturalism with Government of Alberta. Purvi, could you please bring Mira Quentin? She's a dedicated public servant for nearly 2 decades, and she is a Director of Portfolio Management, Scholarships and Oversight with Advanced Education. Sudha, would you please bring Jennifer Rice? Oh. All right, Jennifer is not present at the moment. Let's move on. Zeal? All right, Victoria, we supposed to have a presenter or speaker, Victoria Gobbles. She's unwell today, so she's not present either. Sabavi, would you please bring Shashi? Shashi is an accomplished professional and currently leading the career mentorship program. Naveen, would you please bring Catherine up on stage? Catherine Cote is seasoned leader. She has a background in oil and gas. Haley, would you please bring Krishna Gupta? Krishna Gupta is she's a co-founder of Robi Group and Communities. So here is a small torch dedicated to all the women in the world, passing it off. Gurpreet, here is the torch coming. Can we please wait? All right, this actually requires a big round of applause. Now I'll request that the Z team members to welcome all the speakers with flowers and stole. All speakers and guests, please stay. V team members, please stay on stage. Audience, let's welcome them with a big round of applause. These are some established women in their recognized fields. Let's keep the applause going. All right, I think I would request the other volunteers who are at the front to come on stage just for a group picture again. All the volunteers, even from the registration desk. Currently work with Alberta Health. I work with Health Workforce Division. And I've been part of V Team for about a year and a half now. It has been such a great, empowering, fulfilling, satisfactory commitment from my side. In organizing this event, I can count on all these women and obviously some other volunteers. They have spent many, many hours on planning this event. And we have the minute details figured out, what we want to do, what not, right? Women empowerment, I just want to just say a couple words on it. What is it to me? Breaking the barriers, uplifting one another. We're all here doing that, right? We need to create a future where every woman feels safe and strong enough to take a lead on life. Increase their self-confidence, celebrating my own achievements, including theirs. Everybody's achievements are important. We want to be able to celebrate that. Is it enough to do that? Sometimes you are the decision maker on that. What is enough for you? What is not, right? So with that being said, that is what I constantly have to think and empower myself. And when I empower myself with the self-love that I have to have for myself, I'm able to do that for others as well. If you don't have the self-love, how are you able to give love to others, right? So here we are. That's my thoughts on women empowerment. Now I'm going to pass it off to Purvidi to introduce herself and say a few words. Thanks.
Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for coming today on the weekend to celebrate International Women's Day with us. My name is Purvi Chaturvedi and I am a senior business advisor with Advanced Education. And I have to say thank you to my team, my colleagues, they are here today, and my director, I'm so excited. I have been associated with Sai Aastha Foundation since 2011, and in 2022 we created a women empowerment team to help the women in need and empower each other. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the speakers who, like great gurus, I'm emphasizing on gurus, because they will be sharing their experiences to overcome barriers by becoming voices of change. Thank you everyone. And I hope you guys enjoy the event and have some takeout from this event too. Thank you. I'll pass on to Nidhi now.
Thank you, Purvi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Shirdi Sai, and I have been associated with this organization for a long time. This is our second Women Empowerment Conference, and I'm very happy and proud to be part of it. Professionally, I work for Chomchinsky Agencies, Cooperators Insurance. We have our agency's booth there, standing in the nice blue color, waving my team there from our booth. So at Chomchinsky Agencies, we help the business owners, including women entrepreneurs and non-profits, with their commercial insurance and financial services needs. For me, women empowerment is the process of being able to make our own decisions, being able to take control of our own lives. Women empowerment to me is also the process of being able to inspire others and get inspired. So I'm sure by attending this conference today, you will all get the opportunity to get inspired and inspire others. So let's be the voice of change. I'll pass on to Sneha.
Hello everyone, how are you doing today? That's nice. So myself is Snehal Patel. I am a owner of Nitima Corporation. We are specialized in online product selling, so on like online marketplaces like Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, like that. I'm also, I've been part of this V team since 2022, and I'm really glad to get opportunities to attend this kind of event and volunteer in V team. And what I learned from this team is empowerment is not a trend, it's a lifestyle. So let's remember that. I'll pass the mic to Sudha.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sudha Rudra. Right now, I'm a retired daycare director and a proud homemaker. For me, I'm with the B team for a couple of years now, and we work together happily and actively. And for me, women's empowerment is be confident, be positive, and be happy. Confidence for give other people to be confident, and positivity give us the hope. And then when you are happy, you can keep other people's happy. Remember that if we are not happy, we can share any happiness to anyone. Thank you. Happy Women's Day. And I'm going to pass it. Haley.
Thank you. So my name is Haley, and I'm not a professional. I'm just a student. I'm in my third year of nutrition and food science at University of Alberta. And women empowerment to me is giving opportunities, resources, and encouragement to all women to become the best version of themselves. And yeah, I'll pass the mic to Zeal.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. And my name is Zeal Patel, and I'm in my fourth year of Bachelor's of Kinesiology at University of Alberta. Just a student. Yes, and women empowerment for me is not just about letting women reach a prescribed level of success or merely just providing them with the tools to succeed, but it's also about giving them the freedom and the autonomy to decide what success really means to them, because everybody is subjective and everybody matters. Thank you. I'll pass it out to Naveen.
Thank you, Zia. Welcome, everybody. My name is Naveen, and happy Women's Day to all of you. I professionally am a business analyst, and I'm happy to be part of this event today. I am the most recent person to join this organization, and it fulfills my heart, and I'm so happy to see that we have this type of an event for Edmonton. Like everybody, I echo everybody's sentiment, where if we don't empower ourselves, how can we empower everybody else, right? So that's the first stop, that we empower ourselves. To me, women's empowerment is about realizing your worth, finding your voice, and rising despite any doubts. It's about having the courage to embrace both strength and vulnerability while challenging the status quo. True empowerment contains and connects from using your voice to inspire change, uplift others, and break the barriers, not just for yourself, but also for people who follow. Thank you. I'll pass it on.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Naveen. My name is Sambhavi, and I'm in second year. I'm currently in Bachelor of Arts. To me, women empowerment is providing support to not just the working woman, but to the housework woman, any kind of woman who's doing anything to just change this world and make a difference. Thank you. I'll pass off the mic to you.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Pia, and I'm currently a high school student at Harry Lee, graduating class of 2025. And I'm so honored to be a part of this WE team with so many powerful women that I have so much to learn from. And I'm so excited to be here in this room with women from everywhere around the world. And I'm hoping to be able to take away a lot from all of these wonderful speakers. Thank you.
Scholarship. The criteria and further information, including the application form, will be available on the websites of Sai Aastha Foundation in near future. Anyone who is willing to donate any denomination towards this scholarship, please connect with one of us. We would also like to thank City of Edmonton and Government of Alberta for their support on it as well. thank you to all of those. And if you need further information again, we will have the information available soon. All right, with that, let's begin our main purpose of this event. We'll start with our morning session. In this session, we'll start with 3 speakers. I am requesting Purvi and Azil to come on stage. And I'll request Nidhi, Pia, and Snehal to bring the speakers for the morning sessions. Nidhi, would you please bring Neelam Jethji? Neelam Jetha has held various senior positions in the government of Alberta and is currently the Assistant Deputy Minister for Arts, Culture and Status of Women, and works collaboratively with ministry partners, other orders of government, and community stakeholders to develop and promote strategic policies and solutions to increase gender equality, support community organizations, and the not-for-profit and voluntary sector to help build vibrant and resilient communities through a diverse range of programs and grants, and promote the enjoyment and viability of the arts and cultural industries in Alberta. In 2022, Neelam was awarded the Queen Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee Medal for her exemplary services to Albertans and in 2024 received the King Charles III Coronation Medal for her outstanding voluntary service to Albertans. Neelam is a strong believer in working in partnership and collaboration with stakeholders and models the way to inspire a shared vision, challenges and process, enables others to act. She believes in giving back to the community and gets immense satisfaction from volunteering. She started as a volunteer teacher while in university and has held several key positions across national and local Ismaili Council institutions. Neelam is the current president of the Ismaili Council for Edmonton and provides leadership and direction to the council and its various committees and portfolios such as education, economic enhancement, health, social welfare, youth, seniors, women, communications, and finance. She helps to foster a spirit of unity, harmony, and collaboration among the diverse members of the community and with the wider society. Let's give her a round of applause for all her achievements. All right, I'll pass this off to Zio.
Dr. Lisa Ross Rodriguez is a seasoned executive leader with over 20 years of experience in the public and academic sectors. She currently serves as the Assistant Deputy Minister of Newcomer and Multicultural Supports in Alberta's Department of Immigration and Multiculturalism. In this role, Lisa oversees a division that administers approximately $15 million in grants to support newcomer integration through language programs, employment opportunities, and initiatives that promote multiculturalism and inclusion. Under her leadership, the Alberta Black Advisory Council was established to address systemic racism and drive meaningful government action against discrimination. She also provides executive secretariat support to the Premier's Council on Multiculturalism, the Alberta Anti-Racism Advisory Council, and the Foreign Credential Advisory Committee. Throughout her career, Lisa has championed leadership development, inclusive policies, and organizational excellence. Her extensive public service experience includes management roles within the Public Service Commission and the Department of Labor, as well as earlier roles with Alberta Health Services and the University of the Alberta. Passionate about empowering women and underrepresented groups, Lisa is a dedicated mentor and advocate for leadership equity. Her work reflects a deep commitment for fostering environments where individuals can thrive, advance, and lead with confidence. Please have a huge round of applause for her. Now I would like to pass it off to Purviji.
I would like to request Pia to write Vincent, please. Empowered women empower women. And this is especially true for Mira Quinton. She always helps others by leading, mentoring, and building strong, supportive relationships with her colleagues and peers. Mira has been a dedicated public servant for nearly 2 decades and currently serves as the Director of Portfolio Management, Scholarships and Oversight with Advanced Education, where she leads a multidisciplinary team of professionals. Her interests have evolved over the years, encompassing a wide range of fields including acting, science, coding and engineering. Presently, she is focused on leadership, workplace behavioral science, and neuroscience. Mira is committed to a lifelong learning and embraces the idea of exploring various paths in her professional journey. Mira began her career in the Alberta Public Service in 2007, starting in the IT team at Employment and Immigration. She then transitioned to a procurement role in financial services with Advanced Education. Subsequently, she was invited to lead the results-based budgeting initiative for the Queen's Printer and contributed to the launch of the Open Government Portal during her time with Service Alberta. In 2016, she returned to the Advanced Education Ministry, where she has since spearheaded numerous initiatives. Above all, Mira's greatest passion lies in the relationships she has cultivated with colleagues, friends, and leaders throughout her tenure with Alberta Public Service. Everyone, please put your hands together to welcome Mira Quinton.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the speakers. With that being said, I will invite each one of the speakers, one at a time, to come to the podium and present their thoughts for today's Women Empowerment Conference, as well as the International Women's Day. After the speakers have completed their sessions, we'll go into question and answer sessions for audience. So I'm going to welcome Neelamji for.
Thank you, Kinari. I have a prepared speech, but Kinari has been amazing in her speaking, empowering us, making us feel strong and vibrant in this flame within us, making sure that we're not going to let the flame go out. We're actually going to flame it even more so that we can spread it around. So, Kinari, thank you for your amazing, amazing words of wisdom, your enthusiasm, your passion. It was wonderful to see all the volunteers come up here, young students. You know, when you say, I'm only a student, hats off to you. You're getting an education. So proud of you. You are our future. So be proud of yourselves. Get to university. So on behalf of the Alberta Ministry of Arts, Culture and Stats of Women, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you for inviting me to speak today. It is so wonderful to see all of you and to see a sprinkling of men, which is wonderful because you are our allies and partners. Prabhat, hats off to you and kudos to you for being such an amazing partner in us. I would also like to thank the team at the Sai Aastha Foundation for organizing this celebration. It is an honor to stand here with you as we celebrate International Women's Day, a day dedicated to recognizing the remarkable achievements of women and amplifying new perspectives. International Women's Day is a time to reflect on the impact women have in our lives. For some, that influence comes from a family member, a mentor, a colleague, or a friend. For me, it is my mother who instilled in me the belief that I could achieve anything I set my mind to. There's no ceilings, no glass ceilings. Every day, women and girls create positive change in our communities, as you can see in this room, as you can see in the volunteers that have helped to make this happen. And every day, their passion and ambition drives progress and benefits us all. Throughout history, women in Alberta have shaped our province by breaking down barriers and redefining what is possible. From scientists to artists, we have a budding artist coming up, so happy to hear about that. From educators to entrepreneurs, women have been at the forefront of transformation. Today is an opportunity not just to celebrate progress, but to renew our commitment to the work that still lies ahead. Alberta has a proud history of trailblazing women, and we have trailblazers in this room as well, which is amazing to see. In 1917, 2 Albertans became the first women elected to public office in Canada. Alberta was the home to Canada's first female police officer and first female magistrate. But today is not just about those who make headlines and history. It is about all of you. It is about the business owners and entrepreneurs who are the backbone of our economy. It is about the unpaid and sometimes unrecognized work women do at home to ensure their families and communities are happy and healthy. And the advocates who volunteer the time, skills, and leadership to charities and organizations aiming to make life better for all. Much like the host of this celebration today, we know that when women thrive economically, we all thrive. Economic empowerment is not just about individual success. It is a catalyst for social change. When women participate fully in the economy, we see stronger families, healthier communities, and more resilient societies. Providing opportunities to women to secure employment and achieve financial independence is crucial to promoting gender equality and preventing gender-based violence. For many women, economic independence is not just about career advancement, it is about survival. Each year, too many women in this province experience gender-based violence, including domestic and sexual violence. In moments of crisis, access to financial resources can mean the difference between stability and continued hardship. That is why it is essential that we equip women with the tools they need to building fulfilling, secure lives. While we have made significant progress, many women still face barriers that limit their full economic participation. Economic empowerment means ensuring women have access to opportunities, resources, and decision-making power. It means enabling women to build financial security for themselves, their families, and their communities. In Alberta, we are fostering an environment where women can thrive, be themselves, and lead with confidence. The government of Alberta is working to identify and reduce barriers to workforce participation. We're committed to helping women achieve financial security by reducing poverty, improving access to childcare, and increasing economic opportunities. One way we're advancing women's economic empowerment is through the scholarship program that help reduce the financial burden of education and ensure that a lot of our women students are going through getting an amazing education so they can be independent and have a fulfilling career and be part of the community. The Women in STEM Scholarship supports women studying science, technology, engineering, and mathematics while advancing gender equality in their fields. The Person's Case Scholarship assists students in arts, humanities, and social sciences who work to promote gender equality. The newly launched Women in Technical and Applied Arts Scholarship supports women studying technical or applied arts within cultural industries like film and television and the book publishing industry. I am so pleased to hear that you're launching a scholarship through this foundation. It is amazing. So I know there was a call for donations. I think it's great. We can maybe have more than one scholarship with more donations. So a call for action on that. Additionally, the Government of Alberta has created the Women's Hub website, a resource providing access to career development, health services, support for gender-based violence, and opportunities for community engagement. So please make sure you have a look at that. As we celebrate today, I encourage all of us to do two things. First, let us recognize that together we are making a difference. Second, let's recommit to action. Let's work together to eliminate the barriers that still hold women back. Let's champion a world where every woman, regardless of race, background, or circumstance, can live to her fullest potential. Let's continue to lift each other up, celebrate the achievements of those who came before us, and never stop striving for a future of equality, respect, and opportunity for all. Thank you again for having me today.
It is wonderful to see the ladies in the leadership guide others. Do not take it or keep it to themselves, but share with all walks of women. All right, next up, I'll invite Lisa to say her portion on the women empowerment again. Thank you, Mira.
Thank you very much, and I'm very humbled and happy and appreciate being here with you today. I'd like to thank Prabhat for inviting me and the organizers. This is a wonderful event, particularly as it falls on Women's Day. It's so nice to see such a diverse group here, and when I talk about diversity, I'm thinking in many ways. You know, we have people here that are just starting. You know, we have people in high school, we have people that are retired, people in all types of careers, people that are focused on their home. And I think that just really speaks to really a power that we can really harness because of all of our diverse experiences. And it's opportunities like this when we get to meet new people, hear different stories, but at the same time recognizing that we're all women. And I see you all, I see you here today. And I would really invite you to see each other. Meet someone new. You may have come with, a friend or a family or colleague. It's really about, taking that opportunity like today to meet someone new. So I am an Assistant Deputy Minister in Immigration and Multiculturalism, and I feel very passionate about the work that I do and the work that my team does. We support ethnocultural communities. We really believe in diversity and inclusion and providing opportunities for all. And so being able to support grassroots communities such as this one, be able to reach out to their community and build their community is very important to us. And we know that women are a part of many of these initiatives that we fund. I also do a lot of work in anti-racism, as was mentioned in my bios. We also provide anti-racism grants to support initiatives to help, build inclusion in the province, help even between, often when we think of racism, we think of, maybe a dominant culture, having some, racial tendencies towards another, but often we even see it within communities or between communities. And so we're really focused on intercultural connections, and it really drives a lot of the work that we do, because again, we need to be able to see each other as people, see each other as women, in order to help to move towards a province of inclusion. Another part of my role is on newcomer supports, which I'm also very passionate about. And so we fund settlement agencies to support newcomers with language, skills, and often, it also targets women and helping them to find ways to join the workforce, fulfill their career needs, and I think, that's something that really does take focus and the government does take seriously. And then lastly, one of the other areas that I'll mention is foreign credential recognition. So I think a lot of us have had that experience of or are ourselves interacting with people who have come to Alberta with advanced degrees and plans and dreams to fulfill the work in that career, and then often face significant barriers. And so we're working very hard. The government absolutely recognizes that this is an area where we need to make a difference. And this also impacts a lot of women, that it's already a challenge managing, a family, whether it's your own children or your parents or extended family that you're supporting, and then trying to progress in your career. And so having these additional barriers is something that we want to try to remove. So I'm very passionate about that as well. So as we look at the conference today, one of the things that really stood out for me was in the statement on women empowerment, and really focused on action. Because each one of us is in charge of our lives, we're in charge of our careers, and so sometimes it can be easy to sit back and think, someone else should do something for me, someone should invite me in, someone should come and talk to me, because maybe they're more senior, maybe they appear a bit more established, or maybe they just, you just think that, it's not up to you to do that. But I would really encourage you to take action of your own life, your own career. And by that I mean, as I mentioned, meet someone new, think about learning and development, ask for what you want. In mentorship is a big part of what I think helps us develop. And so I would also encourage you to meet people, and that's how you actually build these opportunities for mentorship. And then one last thing that I would encourage as well, which has been absolutely transformational in my life, is I'm sure many of you have heard the term about it takes a village to raise a child. Well, my fundamental belief is it does not stop when we turn 18. We all still need a village to help us through life. And so we naturally may do this in our personal lives, but we also need to expand that out. So meet people, create connections that you can give someone a call when you're running into a barrier, running into a challenge. That's how we actually progress. And I would not be standing here today on this stage, I wouldn't be in the role that I'm in, I wouldn't have had some of the successes that I've had if I didn't have people to talk to about the challenges and the barriers that I faced along the way. So thank you again for having me, and I really look forward to the program today.
Thank you, Lisa. I hope everybody's listening actually very intently to this, because so please dip into that. Take your chances today with all the speakers, all the members that are sitting here, connect with them. All right, with that being said, Mira, welcome.
Well, those are two tough acts to follow. So I'm Mira Quinton. I wanted to thank organizers and say that on behalf of Advanced Education, I'm as surprised as everybody that I actually got invited to join these wonderful two leaders. But since I'm the only thing standing between you and lunch, you will have to hear my story. You are an immigrant with foreign education, have a nice admin job and a steady paycheck. Why do you need more than that? Those were the very words spoken to me by a director in my first job with government, to whom I went to ask for references. While those were her actual words, what I heard was, for me, that was the best that was going to get. My name is Mira Quinton, and currently I'm Director of Program Accountability, Scholarships and Oversight with Advanced Education in the government of Alberta. Clearly, it wasn't as best as it was going to get. My length and the length and the randomness of my title shows that I have a hardwired drive to prove people wrong.
And that drive never stopped from the time when I was at university or when I was planning to go to university to this very day. I was born and raised in Yugoslavia. My accent, even though it sounds like it's from Red Deer, it's not. I spent my teenage years planning to be a lawyer because, hey, my drive to prove people wrong would be huge asset, let's be real. And then one day when I was 17 years old, a news came from Canada that at École Polytechnique in Montreal, a man murdered 14 women who dared to be women and aspiring engineers. I couldn't believe that in the 20th century, such notion existed. And I really wanted to prove the world wrong. I wanted to prove that world, that antiquated road wrong. So I went ahead and I became an electrical engineer. But what I learned through that is that, and through my education, was that doesn't matter what skills you gain in your first year, second year, third year, raising children at home, all of those skills eventually will become useful. Because women are natural learners. We learn from every experience we have. We are natural leaders. We manage unruly children. It's an incredible job. Not that I would know what that is, but you know, it's still an incredible job. The moment I shared with you at the beginning of my speech about what I was told that was the best it was going to get, happened 20 years ago. In 5 years that followed, I ascended through 5 ranks until I got into management. And during this journey, I sat in lots of boardrooms, in lots of meetings, and rarely having a senior role, so my job was to shut up, observe, learn, take notes. I enjoyed all of it. But what I observed, even 20 years after that, or almost 30 years after that, no, 20 years, I'm an engineer, my math sucks. 20 years after the incident in Montreal, is that so many brilliant, capable women in all of these boardrooms started their statements with phrases that undermined their power. They would say things like, maybe I don't follow, but, and then the comment. Or, this may be just me, but would you please explain? Or, I probably misunderstood when you said this or that. Or, I might be wrong. And I marveled at dismay as they capped off their brilliant ideas with, do I make sense to you? And let me know what I learned in my years in professional jobs. You do follow. It is not you. You do understand. You're not wrong. And you make so much sense. Thank you, I sadly am not done yet. 3 years after my initial conversation with that director from the beginning of the story, I became, for the first time, a supervisor in a diverse team. And I remember that I had responsibility. Responsibility to become the person that I needed at the beginning of my career. I had responsibility to amplify the voices that are often unheard or talked over, to cultivate an environment where hard-working mother could take a day off without a hint of guilt, or stroll into work a few minutes later after dropping off her kids to school without being afraid that she's gonna get a 3rd degree from me. It's 21st century, for crying out loud. Those things should not be happening to anybody, ever, anywhere. I had responsibilities to women that I worked alongside, to learn their stories, to note their skills, to give them opportunities to learn something new, and to help them become the best candidates for that dream job the next time that it comes along. I committed to live the principles I advocated for and to practice flexibility. And with that, to build teams where the mighty employees of today can be inspiring leaders of tomorrow. Women are often confined by the idea of glass ceiling, something they should either navigate, stay underneath, break, crash. But that ceiling is fake. It is a fake ceiling. The ceiling exists only for the people who need props of status. They need the ceiling, the ladder, the totem pole, the hierarchy to feel important and to keep you anchored in the position where they see you fit. Their ceiling is not your limit. Their vision for you is not your path. Every single woman forges her unique path. Some paths weave around driving kids to hockey games. Others balance professional duties with mental health challenges. Some are often disrupted by heartbreak, health setbacks, maternity leaves, or one single poor choice that keeps lingering for years. And then you find yourself in a situation when you have to fake an extrovert persona and do public speaking, but we won't talk about that. None of these paths should stand in the way of you reaching your potential, of you being who you want to be. But once you get there, remember how it started. Remember who you needed when you started, and be that person for someone. Empowering women really just means making it easier for those who are coming up. It means maybe bringing your 10-year-old niece, right over there, to hear the speeches about the importance of women empowerment and to remember to live that. It means on occasion raising your finger when someone starts talking over you and saying, "Allow me to finish." It means not being apologetic for having a suggestion, a correction, or an opinion. It means knowing that you belong at that table, even if it's with the confidence of an electrical engineer who never worked in her profession, but walks into a boardroom confident that she can lit some light bulbs around the table. Because if you do, the generations of women who come after us will never have to. They will know they belong at that table. And they will know that that is not the best that it's ever going to get. Thank you.
For some question and answers. So if you look it on your desk, work in the office too long. Oh my goodness. on your tables, there is an agenda, and if you look at the morning session, the Breaking Barriers, Women in Leadership and Innovation in Shaping Society. So that's our topic to ask your questions with. Now, there's also a QR code on that, so please scan that as well if you need to, all right? So before we break away for lunch, let's get your questions ready for our 3 speakers on stage here. If you raise your hand, if you already have a question, please let us know. One of our volunteers will bring a mic to you to ask the questions. Please identify who the question is for so they can answer it appropriately. All right, who's ready for that? All right, I have a raised hand on the left. Thank you, Naveen. If you could please stand up and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Ruby Agrawal. This is built out. But having amazing mentors besides you are important because they're the ones that are going to pave the pathway for you. You won't be able to do it on your own. What kind of mentors do you? You also need advocates. And you need an advocate that has the power to make those decisions to get you the job that you want to move to. But you also need to show that you are credible, you can get the job done, and you want to get it done. So you need to show that attitude, and you need to prove it. That's how you build your credibility, and your word gets around. That's how I got around in the government. I move every 3 years, I move a department or a ministry because after 3 years I get bored, I've done what I wanted, and it's time to move on. But I always make sure that I know who I'm networking with. Is that the job I want to go to? Is that my passion? And then if you find your advocates. Mentors are great, but some mentors don't have that authority to get you to the next job that you want because they will speak on your behalf, the advocates. And a lot of times, these advocates are men, so don't be scared to approach them. Sometimes you need more than one mentor because mentors are busy too. So you can have more than, you can have 3, 4 mentors who can give you some time of day during the month, during the year to help you move forward, to shape your career pathways. That's how I got to where I am.
Okay, so Jennifer Rice embodies resilience and diversity in leadership. She immigrated to Canada mid-career and she overcame language barriers and adapted her advanced education and transferable skills to the Canadian job market. While it took more than 10 years and wasn't easy, her journey from becoming a newcomer to the Canadian country was hard, but she did it. And she's the city councillor elected for the ward E. Kipkani Pinitsuko, Southwest Edmonton, and exemplifies the power of determination and multiculturalism. With a strong background in mathematics in a business and engineering context, Jennifer brings fiscal acumen and approach to the city council. Her leadership style balances economic growth with social responsibility, ensuring our city thrives on all fronts. Driven by gratitude for her adopted Edmonton home, Jennifer works tirelessly to create opportunities for others, and her unique perspective helps her empathize with Edmonton's diverse population. This is especially true for newcomers who face challenges similar to those when she encountered and still experiences to some degree. Now, Jennifer's commitment and public service and passion for Edmonton enables her to use her skills for her constituents, breaking cultural barriers and inspiring others, and her journey and accomplishments making her a compelling embodiment of diversity leadership, shaping a more inclusive and vibrant future for Edmonton. So let's give a hand of applause for Jennifer Rice.
Thank you, and I'm here to introduce Shashi. Shashi is an accomplished professional, currently leading the Career Mentorship Program as its director at the Edmonton Region Immigrant Employment Council. With over 20 years of leadership experience, she brings a wealth of knowledge from studying and working abroad. She began her career as an entrepreneur and language trainer, conducting group of workshops for newcomers from India, Canada, the Philippines, Bangladesh, and Dubai. Additionally, she has facilitated virtual workshops for adult immigrant learners worldwide. Passionate about supporting immigrants in their integration and success in Canada, Shashi has extensive experience working with internationally trained professionals. She is dedicated to fostering mentor connections for newcomers and firmly believes that mentorship is essential for success in both personal and professional life. So everybody, please welcome Shashi. And our third speaker of this session, Victoria, unfortunately is not feeling well, so she's not part of this event. However, we have her bio, which Snehal from our team will read out. Thank you.
I would like to say get well soon, Victoria. We'll definitely miss her today. But I have her bio. Victoria, a French Métis woman from the Red River area in Manitoba, has over 25 years of experience in public services across Saskatchewan and Alberta region as an Indigenous educator, consultant, coach, and project manager. Her journey began with elders in the Sweat Lodge, where she learned the Indigenous value of inclusion, diversity, and respect. A visionary leader, she pioneered innovative cultural training in Saskatchewan's health sector, impacting over 32,000 employees, and led the development of Alberta's Indigenous Learning Initiative, training over 20,000 government employees in cultural competency and reconciliation. Passionate about mentoring and sharing Indigenous wisdom, she continues to drive positive change through experiential learning. Her contributions have earned her prestigious award, including the Governor General of Saskatchewan's Award for Indigenous Leadership. Now I would like to call upon Zil on the stage to share her presentation. Victoria sent us a presentation. So.
Hi everyone. First, I would like to begin by acknowledging that this presentation was prepared by Victoria Goebbels, and I have the honor of presenting it on her behalf today, as she's unable to attend this event. Please note that all the content and ideas I'll be sharing are her work, and she deserves full credit for them. Thank you for your understanding, and I'll now proceed with the presentation. The Women Empowerment Team, our speaker Victoria Goebbels, and our other respective speakers, and everyone present here respectfully acknowledges that we are meeting on Treaty 6 territory. Mentorship is not all about relationships. Ask yourselves, who you are your mentors in your life today. There are diverse mentors, both informal and formal. You may want to reflect on some questions. Who supports you? Who provides you the positive guidance? Who creates a safe space for you to ask questions and grow in your talents? It could be many people, grandmother, mother, aunt, sister, friend, or a colleague at work. These are all your mentors. Mentorship is about growing and learning to understand who am I, what are my strengths, my talent, and my skills. For Victoria, it began with her grandmother, who taught her about the importance of having a strong faith. Her mother, who understood her early talents and said that she will make a good lawyer someday. First Nations and Métis elders became her mentors and taught her to get out of her comfort zone, to believe in herself, keep an open mind for all teachings, so she might grow in her skills to embark on a new leadership journey. A leadership journey that she could never have imagined doing. Today, because of these mentors, she said, quote unquote, I am fully who I am meant to be, using all of her talent and skills in her current leadership of leading and managing the Provincial Indigenous Learning Program. She is following her passion because all of her mentors who continue to guide her, support, and encourage her on this leadership journey, especially when overcoming challenges, on experiences and leadership role. From an Indigenous perspective, mentors build authentic relationships with us. However, in a two-way street where both mentor and the mentee have a role and responsibility to walk together on this journey of mentorship so that both come from a place of keeping an open mind and open heart to learn from one another. And if we don't know who we are, what our true authentic selves are, and our challenges, we cannot enter into great leadership role. Learn to trust the journey, trust your mentor, and most importantly, trust yourselves. But mentors don't always have all the answers. Elders who mentored her on her learning journey did not always give her answers to the questions she asked. Rather, they would gently remind her that she was responsible for her learning journey and she was responsible to seek the answers for them. In their wisdom, this process served to build her confidence as she began to get out of her comfort zone, take risks, allow herself to make mistakes, admit her mistakes, learn from them, and she looked for answers and the solutions to a problem. Here are some qualities of a good leader. The most important is to be trustworthy. Other qualities are the same as the grandfather and grandmother teachings, such as honesty, respect, humility, and the ability to have the courage to be responsible for one's decisions and actions. These qualities all lead to authentic leadership and engaged relationships. Thank you for the time she has shared with us today on her journey of mentorship into leadership. She continued to follow the wisdom and guidance of her mentors, the elders, who support her in her leadership role of leading the Provincial Indigenous Learning Program. She passed on what she have learned from them as she mentor and coach others on their journey of becoming future leaders. She is honored to pass some of these teachings to us today as we begin our own journey of engaging with both formal and informal mentors and build positive relationships to become our future leaders. Hi hi, which means thank you in Cree. Thank you so much. Now I would like to pass it on to our host.
Thank you, Zeal. That was wonderful. Thank you for passing on all the messages from Victoria Gobos. All right, now we'll start with our speakers. Jennifer, you would like to not use the podium? Or take this? Okay. All right, you're good to go? Do you want to use your mic? Yeah. Thank you so much. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So we all eat our lunch. So are you still weak enough? Can we say hello? Happy International Women's Day. So I'm not going to use it because I feel I'm not tall enough. There's some height difference here. So it's more comfortable. I just stand here and you can see me, my body language. So this is my second time to be here. Last year, and I believe it's 2023 November. And so this wonderful team, and they call Women Empowerment Team. So this team worked so hard to get our Edmonton, actually in Edmonton history, is the first one and cross-culture women empowerment conference. So I just want to take this opportunity to give those wonderful ladies and women in this special day for their second conference, because the first conference, it was so successful, and we had our honorable Lieutenant Governor here. Can you imagine? She started and from beginning to the end. She started from beginning and stayed at the end, and we were so inspired and by her share her personal experience and share her story and share her leadership role and what challenge and from England and to our Canada become our Alberta and Lieutenant Governor. So that's I remember really clear. At that time, and for me as a city councillor, Jennifer Rice, actually represent the word Ipikokan Ipiothi. I know many people ask me how to pronounce that word. It's so challenging. So I can tell you this is the longest word name across the entire city, 12 words. We have 12 councillors, including one mayor, and then 12 words is the longest name, 21 letters now. But if you break down, can you do this with me together? If you break down to 8 syllables, so it's called Ipikokan Ipiothi. Ipikoka Ipiothi. So I know many of you and live in this word, and because this word I represent actually 30 neighborhoods. So around 100,000 people I represent. So I am so grateful to have such privilege to represent this area. So today, last time I shared my personal story from the newcomer. We have newcomer services here. And from newcomer, I immigrated to Canada in 2008. And then become the city councillor. And through this 17 years journey, and for me, from newcomer, speak English with a very heavy accent, and people usually hang up my phone. So I cannot understand you. So speak very heavy accent English, and with different culture, with different communication style, work style, and right now, and choose a leadership role as a city governor. So I think I have lots to share with you, and in particularly as one of the first generation, first immigrant female councillor in Edmonton history, and is a minority, I should say first minority city councillor in Edmonton history. I'm so proud of, not only for myself, I'm proud of our city's fundamental value to inclusive and be diversity. And because this is actually reflected as white value. If we don't have that value, I will not be standing here and speak to you today. So I think we are very lucky and to live in the city and live in the country, and we have that opportunity, and because that fundamental value supports us to be included, to be diverse, to be different. So I want, before I start my story, I know I take a little bit longer because we only had 2 speakers today, right now here. I want to say the first 3 speakers in the morning actually touched my heart. You know why? I know Dr. Lisa Rose. How many years? Lisa, we know how many years? And when I first started working in government of Alberta as a public servant. I know many of you work in government of Alberta here, right? How many? How many? I was working in government of Alberta for 6 ministries. But I know Dr. Lisa Rose, and because we did some work, it's called evaluation work. And I was evaluation manager for the city, for the government of Alberta, like it's called like results-based budgeting. So I attended the workshop together, and then back that time, and she was like director and executive director, and then right now she's ADM. Her journey and in the public service, and give us lots of empowerment. So I know her for that time, and my husband know her because they're working in the same branch. My husband right now still working in the government of Alberta, as many of you there. And also I know the ADM, and she just left. and she was here last year as well. She was first conference there. And also for Mina, and you got lots of questions today, but I want you to know, when I was working in the government of Alberta, I tried to apply for a job in advanced education, specifically in the scholarship branch. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. You may not there. You may not there at that moment. So what I want to share today, and then as a first minority and also first generation immigrants here, and then we have language barrier. Language barrier is number one, but the most challenge is about how our, as an individual person, and come to the new country, what we're seeking for. We're not only seeking for, come here, like we heard lots of people talk about, we have doctor drive taxi, we have professor and work in the restaurant or grocery store. So we come here is not for that purpose. We come here and then we take this country as our second home, this city we call our home, because we want to be part of it, to build it, to contribute, to make this place and for everyone, including us. But to do that, to achieve that, there are two levels there. The one level is leadership role. And do we have our voice around the decision-making table? Can many of you tell me, when you in the workplace and when you are reflect what decision impact you as daily, as a citizen, as a resident in the city, do you feel your voice to be heard? So for me, as a minority female counselor, so one of my goals, I really want to make sure we come to this country as a newcomer, we move to this country, and we accept everything in this country, but also we want our voice to be heard. And we want to contribute to this decision-making process, and because we want this city to be the great city for everyone. So that is why we have volunteer group, we have different organizations, we have so many communities doing their best to build a stronger community, because this community is part of our city. When we build that stronger community, we actually contribute to build a greater city. So I think you all need to give yourself that big applause for the work you are doing, even to participate to this in Women Empowerment Conference, because you are seeking opportunity to improve anything we think need to change, need to carry on, need to move on to make this city a wonderful city. Let's give us ourselves a big applause for this. So back to the topic for the mentorship topic. So do you know why I'm running for city council? I was working in government of Alberta, and then I crossed 6 ministries. I started working IQUAS. That is my first job, PS2. Can you imagine? So back to my home country, even for me to move to this country as a newcomer, I come to the country as a leading professor of this special project with business school at U of A. And then another professor who has similar research focus as mine invited me to stay with him and to co-supervise his PhD students. And then we actually published a paper together at that moment. And then when I made my husband here, I decided to stay here. And then I immigrated to Canada in 2008. But I was told, if you want to become the full tenure professor again, even though you were, you have to start from assistant professor, instructor, associate professor, and then tenure professor. And so for you to become faculty of University of Alberta may take you a larger 10 years. So back to that time, and my recognition, my recognition was not, my qualification was not recognized. So the challenge for many, many of you, I know you're successful in your profession. When you move to this country with the number one challenges, and your qualification was not recognized. And I know Alberta, I know government of Alberta tries so hard to recognize everybody's recognition, but there's so many factors impact that outcome. So I say I do not want to do that. I do not want to do that. Take a lot of, I already published over 50 research papers. I already wrote over 16 textbooks, and some textbooks I know still be used in my home country, China. Some universities still use my book, but I come here, I cannot even become faculty at U of A. I had to change my career. So I changed career and started from PS2 in IQAS. That's his International Qualification Assessment Service. That's his right now is under Lisa's leadership, right? Immigration. And so then I work in the government for 6 ministries and start from PS2. And you know, and PS2 is just a program service 2 is very low level. And then I grow up, learning. I have a mentor. I had a mentor back to that time. I had ADM as my mentor. And to the different ministry and to the different position. But one day when I had the conversation with my supervisor, talk about my career development, and then I said I would like to get into the management if the time coming. So this supervisor responded to me, but many years later now, I recall her response. That is actually, I'm so grateful. You know what her response? Can anyone imagine? I said I want to move to the management position. Her response said, if you want to move to the management position, you have to go back to your home country. But she said that is not from racism perspective. She just used that way to remind me my skills is not at the management level at that moment when she look at, because we were talking about performance, like career sense, and I have really heavy accent English. And people sometimes say, oh, I don't understand, you just hang up my phone. So also how we communicate in collating culture-based workplace, and how we need people as a leader in this culture context-based workplace. She did not say that type of sense in me. That is why she said, but that's become the motivation for me. I say, if you say I can't, then I got home and write the code, and right now still on my fridge. Many years later, you said I can't, I will prove to you I can. So right now I'm in city councilor, leadership role. So the journey, why I mentioned this story, the journey is about, is a growth. We are as individual, as a human being, we are growing every day. Even for today, when you come here, you meet people, you talk to the people, you heard my story, I shared my story, and actually you take this as a reflection and to look back your journey as a human being and your journey as a professional, and no matter you're an engineer and you're other type of professional, you are reflecting. When you're reflecting, you are growing. You are growing. I think the mentorship, if we want to talk about mentorship is actually provide opportunity to the people who want to grow. So that personal growth is a joint effort. It's a combination effort and from the environment you are in, and also from motivation and you are in your heart. That piece nobody can take away. In your heart, in your mind, and you want to do it. So I know, and specific for many of us, we come here English as our second language with a different culture, and it's so challenging for us to really to get into the full understanding of full page and where is the future we want to go. So after I become counselor, I experienced so much challenges. I have to use my second language to debate in the chamber, to stand up and for the people I represent and to fight for them. And also to fight against something I don't think is the right direction and for our state to go. So can you imagine that challenge? So as a counselor, we have to read so many reports because reports is the basic information for us to understand the problem and issue to make the decision. So for the native speakers, it may take 1 hour to finish report. For me, do you know how many hours I need to take? I believe it's 3 hours to understand everything. And so that means, and after I become counselor, I have to accept the challenge, take longer time, evening, weekend, so no vacation, and to fully understand everything and to make that decision and for the Edmonton and for the Edmontonians, and the best interest for them is not for Jennifer race. So for me and the first year is a big learning curve and lots of challenge, but I feel better second year, and then right now I'm fully confident. And so for the work I'm doing right now, and I also received lots of requests, and from the people I represent, even from people not in my world, they phone me, they send email to me, say Councillor Rice, we do not want, or we cannot afford to lose your voice and counsel. Please, seriously consider running again. So I haven't made a decision until last Friday. I want to talk to you why this is related to the topic today. And because what I'm doing here as a city councillor, as the ethnic communities, as a minority woman in the leadership role. And so it's not about this small group, it's about everyone. It's about the work, it's about the spirit, the culture. We already made the change in the city. We want that to be carried on. We want that to be passed on to the next generation. But for the next generation to involve this, but how for them to get involved? And even for many of you sitting here to look at leadership, what is leadership means? What is woman empowerment? What is your goal? And I really want to say the leadership for me is to serve people and serve community. Leadership is not only about the need, it's about to serve people, serve the community. That is all the public services about. That is all we do. And then I know they're in the leadership role, but on the administration side. So I'm on the governor side and to make the decision. But our goal is the same. We want to provide the best public services and to the people, to our public. So for this to be carried on, and we need people come in, and how to carry on this. And many of you, we have younger generation here, and the younger generation, you need to look at in this entire systematic process, where is your role there? What is your role and your functionality, your contribution there? So I want to get back to last Friday. So I was in the meeting with somebody in the coffee shop. So the next table, the one gentleman recognized me, oh, that's his Councillor Rice there. And then you know what he did? He called 5 people walk towards me. And the 5 people walked towards me. I was thinking, what, they have something to complain. And because you will receive lots of complaints about the city, snow removal is not good, and the bus is late, the schedule is not on schedule, and the sidewalk is broken. I said they have something to complain. And they actually approached to me, they said, Councillor Royce, you must run. We cannot lose your voice. Because if we lose your voice, we lose the hope. That is what something I heard. So I was shocked to hear that. I know many people reach out to me already. They want to say you're wrong, and then for me, then this is my personal side. I'm thinking, one hand, I'm not a person to give up. If I feel challenged, I want to overcome the barriers. We talk about the break barriers, and then I'm not the person to give up. That is not who I am. On the other hand, but myself, my family sacrifice for no weekend, no evening, all the times. So I was, because the people, the last push they told me, say, you must run to do this. And then that gave me the last push. I think I need the people, not only me. I need the community to join this journey, to get your leadership shine on this journey, to make sure and you get involved with every steps you want to contribute and to the build community, stronger community and a better city. I know, and then our MC here remind me your time is out. So otherwise I could continue to talk, but I really want to thank everyone and thank our organizers and thank all of you to be here today, and because this is our hope. This is our community hope. This is our city's hope. We stand together to build this city for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. That is, for a lot of immigrants here present today, very inspirational. Very inspirational. All right, next, Sashi, I'd like to invite you to say your words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy International Women's Day to all of you. It's an honor to be here among wonderful, accomplished women here and great speakers from morning. What a lovely presentation by Victoria Gabriel. Thank you so very much for that. And thanks to Sai Aastha Foundation and Prabhat and Purvi for inviting me. Mentorship is very close to me, very close to my heart. I just want to know before we begin with, how many of you have had mentors in your life? It could be your personal, professional life. Awesome. Could I just ask you to name few mentors from your life? Could we start with anybody? If you just want to volunteer and say who has been your mentor? Your wife? Well said.
My mother.
Your mother.
She was so fantastic.
Wow, amazing. Hats off to all the mothers in the room. They groom great children. Thank you. Daughter. Somebody said daughter. Yourself. Thank you so very much. And yeah, there's no second word for that. I am here today in Edmonton because of my daughter. I came here to support her. She's a physiotherapist. I came here to support her as a mother. to be here, to be there for her. Again, based on different culture that we come from, we want to be there to support her, to give her the life, the wing to grow. And nobody said husband. Oh, you're going to say husband. Okay, all right. Awesome. I just want to kind of thank you so much, Nidhi. And as we're talking about mentors, Nidhi was just mentioning some time back that her husband and I know each other, and saying, oh, okay, how come, how do I know? Because of course we meet a lot of people, and some actually imprint in your heart and mind. And Nidhi's husband, Dawal Desai, is one among them. He works with Eric, and last year I had the honor and privilege to honor him at the Mentor Appreciation Awards at the annual Global Talent Conference. And I was amazed, and it was stunning to know that Dawal Desai had mentored 28 newcomers at Eric. And that's amazing for somebody to do it. And give a big hand to Dawal and big shout out to him. You need an altruistic heart to be a mentor. Not everyone can be a mentor. And again, as some of you shared, there are formal mentors, informal mentors in our life, and so on. But I think we all need mentors at some point to give us that strength, to give us that support, to give us the push to move forward. And currently I'm working at an organization called ERIC, which is Edmonton Region Immigrant Employment Council, a not-for-profit organization supporting newcomers integrate in Canadian labor market. And as the director of the mentorship program, one of my roles is to find mentor matches for internationally trained professionals who want to be working in their field. As Jennifer mentioned, you come from a different country with a different dream, and just you don't want to work in a field that's like totally unrelated. So to me, mentorship has given many an opportunity to work in their own field. And at my organization, the success story is like 84% work in their own field. And they come from various backgrounds, including administration, accounting, law, human resources, project management, name it. And we have mentees from around the world coming here to Edmonton. And I think last year the city had 58,000 newcomers. Yeah. And we want to create them the job, we want to give them an opportunity, we want them to be working in their own field, we want to be supportive of them, and we want to be there for them. And can you make a difference? Can you? Can each one of us can? We can. Certainly we can be a mentor to somebody who is new to Canada, who is new to Edmonton, and who could make a difference. I'd just like to go back to the previous slide, Prabhat. Yeah, the true mark of success isn't just how far you go, but how many women you bring with you. Be the mentor you once needed, and together we'll create a future where every woman rises. This is an unknown quote, but that's quite close. And certainly I think we as women can take everybody around us to succeed. And as the speakers in the morning said, it takes a village to raise a child, and it continues and it goes on. So mentorship is that aspect that you need, ongoing. So mentorship is a transformative relationship, I would say, from experience. I'm talking here professional. Personal, of course, we all have mentors as role models from our own home. But I'm talking professionally here. So professional mentors are somebody who guides, supports, empowers a less experienced individual to grow personally as well as professionally. Help them navigate the challenges, build confidence, and unlock their full potential. As a newcomer myself, I think there are two big barriers to break. Any guess? Language, okay. Anything else? Stereotype, okay. What else do you think? Collecting information. Okay. Have you heard the word networking? Funny, isn't it? It is the most important word that I learned after coming to Canada. I heard from people saying it's not what you know, but who you know makes a difference. I think to myself, why is it not important what I know? I've studied, I've got the skills, I've got this experience, I've got this expertise. Why would I not need people? But that's what is needed here to kind of, bridge the gap, learn, to find the job. I mean, to me, it's very important, like, okay, if I know what to do, how to do the job, it's fine. But here, I think that aspect of networking plays a very, very important role. And again, for somebody like me, as an immigrant, I think it was very difficult, or in fact, even it's very difficult for me even now to network with people. My role says that I have to speak to people, network, talk, make connections. Believe me, it's not easy. And I'm an introvert. Left alone, I'm a very happy person. I have a leave me alone sofa even at home. I say, don't disturb me, guys. My husband and my daughter. That personal space is needed. Sometimes as a woman, you need to kind of, recharge yourself to face the world. But to me, network is one important aspect which I think still fail to understand. How to do it. How to do it effectively. How to ask for help. How to say I need this job. It's difficult. I'm still learning, but yeah, it's one big barrier I see. And the second barrier I see is lack of self-marketing skills. How do I market myself? How do I say I'm good at this? How do I blow my own trumpet? How do I say, you know what, how do I scream out of my lung and say, I can do this, I can do that? How do I impress the employer, the interviewer? Not easy. No matter what preparation you have, you will always have butterflies in your stomach when you go for an interview, like panic. All that they're going to ask is just about us, right? But still, I think that's one. So these are the two main things as an immigrant myself and as working as a director in this position, I feel immigrants struggle a lot to kind of, go through the barrier because we bring in great education, skill set, experience, everything. So what's lacking in us to move forward, to jump forward, take up the leadership roles, like be where we want to be, right? No job is mean, of course. Like you can definitely work in Tim Hortons, in a retail, in anywhere else, but you're destined to do greater things. You're destined to do higher things. The reason why perhaps you came to Canada, or perhaps the reason why you're here. So that's important. So to me, the first goal of the mentorship program is for somebody to provide that career guidance, help mentees achieve the professional goals, offer career advancement and leadership training, share experience as to how to overcome the challenge. Like for example, I said, I'm very bad at networking. How could I be better at networking? Like if somebody can tell me, Shashi, these are this A, B, C to do this, you'll be fine. To start with a simple smile and say, hey, hello, and go with that, it takes a lot of guts, believe me. So I think providing career guidance, I think that would be wonderful. The second one is to offer professional development support. Again, depending upon what position you're in, like if you want to grow within your organization, what are some of the things that you need to do? Maybe a study, maybe it could be a volunteering, apprentice, like it could be anything. Like, how do I move forward? Professional designations, how do I obtain that? The mentor can certainly help you out with that. And also be as sounding board, because sometimes you need that person to just listen to like blah, 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 blah. So we need that person. Expand network is the next one, and I'm certainly this is very important for any one of us, I would say. Recommend opportunity for growth, jobs, conferences, projects. I was just speaking to the founder of Rohit Group of Companies just some time back, and I said, when I first initially came to Edmonton, I applied for a position in your office, in your workplace, and I got refused. And I thought I'm really good at that. I had everything, and I just connected with the person. Even before I came from India, and I said, where did I go wrong? The person at that point, the human resources manager, told me, Shashi, you're too overqualified for this role. Well, I can do this, right? Overqualification is fine, but I'm willing to. I can do this job. But from a human resources perspective, I know they might be thinking I might just probably, just resign from the job once I start. So again, sometimes I always think that God has a better plan for you. If something is rejected, there's a redirection to something else. So that worked for me with Eric right now. I'm working from home, I'm enjoying that. So put the washing machine there and then probably go for the next meeting somewhere. So that has worked for me. So blessing in disguise, I would say. And the mentors can help you challenge and inspire yourself, because sometimes we could be demotivated ourselves. Don't know if this is right for us, don't know if you're doing the right thing, don't know if we are good at all, if it's good enough. Sometimes we ask these questions ourselves, right? Like, am I good? Am I good? Am I meeting my family's expectation? Am I the role model for my daughter? It's funny, a couple of days back, we had our own conference, annual Global Alberta Talent Conference, and I had last year's speaker from Sai Aastha Foundation come, Lori Ann Minzer, the first Canada's Olympic gold medalist. She came there, and as usual, she's very inspiring and she's like motivational. She's like, go, go, go. You'll feel like you'll jump in and get an Olympic medal yourself. She's like that, pushes you. And after that, she gave some meditation classes after the session. It was just like that impromptu. 1, 2, 3, and then we went back to another mode. I just told her, Lori, you know what? Can you just speak to my daughter, who is like an adult now, studying at a university? You can inspire her. She said, come on, Shashi, are you kidding? You're an inspiration yourself. I said, you know what? Mother is never taken as an inspiration at home. They always listen from the third person, and it probably better goes there. Mother is always like, she's my mother. So I said, Lori, can you? She said, no. Start the connection from yourself, from your home. Speak out loud, Shashi. Tell your daughter, inspire your daughter. I say, inspiration always comes from outside. So today I told my daughter, I'm going there to get all the inspiration in the world for me to do a better job in here. And that comes back to asking, advocate for women in your workplace. Women don't need that kind of, support or recommendation. You just need to be there next to them and say, hey, you know what? You can do it. So advocate for women in workplace, promote DEI as it's been spoken today, guide mentees through the workplace dynamics. And I know it's very hard in a man's world. I face that in my office too. I face it every day to speak up, and I always want to be truthful, honest, and it doesn't go well. And I'm still learning how to be diplomatic. Diplomacy is something, it doesn't come easy to me. It's just like on your face, I'm going to tell you. Because for me, there is no gray area, it's just like black and white. But sometimes you just have to be, you know what, Shashi, you're fantastic, but the but is something that I have to learn, but I'm learning. But again, in a man's world, I think it's always very difficult, I would say, to stand up for yourself and fight for yourself, fight. So as a woman, encourage people to be in a leadership role, help them, be assertive and so on. And creating a cycle of mentorship. I think women who receive mentorship often become mentors themselves, fostering a legacy of leadership and empowerment for future generations. So pay it forward, be the change. And I know many of you here are like successful in all the friends and every friend that you're working. Every successful woman had someone believe in her. Be a mother, father, husband, daughter, son, spouse, it could be so on. So be that person. It's your turn to inspire and guide the next generation, support each other, creating that change. Become a mentor yourself. I would love to have you join the mentoring movement, lead the way, be the mentor. And if you are ready to make a difference, I would be happy and love to talk to you, connect to you after we have done with the session. Let's create that great mentoring movement. Like you, there can be many, many successful, inspirational future generation of women that we can see tomorrow. With that, I just want to say thank you, and it's again an honor to be here. Wishing you all the best in all that you do, and look forward to you shooting the questions to me and Jennifer.
Thank you, Sachi. That was wonderful. All right, so question and answer session. This will be a quick one, obviously because we are running behind. We were so busy networking over lunch that we ran behind on time here. So I need a volunteer. Sorry. Oh, thanks, Naveen. All right, raise your hands, and there is the first one there. We'll come to you soon. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ramola.
Catherine Good is a seasoned leader with a background in oil and gas, construction, and business ownership. A former CMA with extensive experience in financial and operational management. She has led projects, implemented CRM systems, and driven process improvements. After 11 years of successfully owning and managing a roofing company, she and her husband sold the business. As President of the Year with BNI in 2022 and Chapter of the Year in 2023, she led her chapter to double in size by applying some of the very techniques she will share with us today. As an empowering leader with brave connections, she cultivates high-performing teams and visionary individuals by aligning leadership with authenticity, conscious thinking, and values-driven actions. She guides individuals to become leaders by recognizing their strengths, unlock potential, and inspire meaningful engagement in their organizations. Through masterminds, coaching, and thought leadership, Catherine creates spaces where leaders feel empowered to take action, build trust, and drive success. Her mission is to shape leadership as a force for transformation, one that fosters innovation, connection, and a thriving culture of belonging.
Hello everyone, and I'm here to introduce somebody who really needs no introduction. She's a well-known name in Edmonton. I'm talking about Krishna Gupta, if you haven't guessed. So Krishna Gupta co-founded Rohit Group and leads the company's charitable efforts and in-house building designs, combining innovation with a deep commitment to community impact. Her leadership extends beyond the organization, driving positive change through philanthropy, healthcare, and education, contributing to organizations like the Stollery Children's Hospital, Habitat for Humanity, Little Warriors, the Royal Alexandra Hospital Foundation, the Mental Health Foundation, Wind House, Northwest College, and more. Krishna has dedicated her time and resources to causes that strengthen communities. Her contributions have earned her recognition across the industry, including the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal for Community Service, induction into the 2020 Junior Achievement Hall of Fame, the 2023 Built Alberta Hall of Fame, and the 2023 Platinum Jubilee Medal. With a Bachelor of Education and Bachelor of Arts from India, Krishna blends knowledge with action, ensuring that both Rohit and the communities that it serves continue to grow. Leading by example, she inspires collective efforts toward a stronger, more connected future. Welcome.
Thank you, Naveen.
Right, with that being said, I would like Catherine to come and present her speech. Thank you. Catherine.
I'd like to move around, but we'll stay still.
Okay.
This is cool. I get to look out on you. Yeah, I think so. Thank you for the introductions, and thank you for Nadine Desai for inviting me here to speak with you guys again this year. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. My name is Catherine Cote, and I own Brave Connections. It's a leadership coaching. And as promised, I'm going to give you 3 mindsets today that you'll be able to take home with you after this. So I'm going to also share with you 3 things about our business, because it's about our success in our business. So unless you know what we went through in our business, you may not listen fully, kind of thing. So we owned a roofing company for 11 years, and we sold the roofing company. Now that's not typical. You typically don't sell a roofing company, it's just a few crews and off it goes. So we had to grow and build the roofing company to a point that it was sellable. So that takes a lot. Now, did we have to go in debt? Yes. Did we have to hire staff? Yes, we had to. Did we fire staff? Yes, we made mistakes. Did we have obstacles? Yes. And in our first year, did we make only $12,000? Yes. So did we persevere? Yes, we kept going. As president of my networking group, which is kind of like a small business, we took it from $450,000 per year to $1.25 million. In the next year, we did $1.25 million in that year, and we did $2 million the following year. Was it consistent and steady growth? No. Were there a few months that we weren't getting results, but we were still doing the actions? Yes. Because it's not about a consistent, steady growth. It's about going for yourself, doing consistent, small, consistent actions, and believing that it will get you there. So I know with confidence that I now know these are the mindsets that you need. So I'm going to teach you 3 of some of my favorites. I have more than that. And it's a teaching from knowing, and I like to empower leaders to achieve their goals. So the first one is about being bold. So boldness is knowing it's the right thing to do and standing up. So you could say having a voice, right? Today is about the voice. So being bold means you have that voice and you're going to stand up for it. Now, how many of you at lunchtime maybe have spinach in your teeth or has something stick in your teeth? You know that happens all the time. Well, did you speak up? Did you speak up when you saw that? And this happens in our business lives as well. We notice things that need to be spoken to. Whether it's employees that we need to let them know that they're not hitting the standards we want. You recognize it, but are you speaking up? Are you being bold? And are you taking action to speak up? And that's what we're talking about today, is that voice, is being that voice. It might be discomfort, but you still need to do it. So be courageous, and if you see something, speak up. Resilience. Resilience is my second mindset I'd like to talk to you about. It means getting up again and again. Now, I'm talking about resilience in your thinking. So, do we often beat ourselves up, say we can't do something, we talk down to ourselves? Well, we need to stop that, and also know that it's normal, everybody does it. So you need to just stop it and make a quicker turnaround of that beating themselves up, and get resilient on your thinking and tell yourself, no, stop. Let's get back to our positive thoughts, and let's get back to where we want to go. So with that, I also learned a new word last week when I was reading one of my books. Instead of failure, they called it failure. So they changed the I to an L, so instead of failure, it was failure. So what it was, it's a rock climber, Jim Collins, who wrote this article. And my son, who's 20 years old, he's a rock climber, so I resonate a lot with what they say. So when you can just imagine, you're tied with a harness around you, and your target is to get to the top of that wall, to the top of the vertically inclined is where he works, so you gotta get to the top. So are you gonna be going to the top and focus there, and whoops, you fall? Do you go all the way down to the mat? Or do you still keep going? Do you try again and you keep going? That's the target, that's where I'm going. I'm gonna keep climbing the wall, moving my legs, getting up to the top. Now, you might get exhausted mentally and physically, and then you decide, okay, that's enough for today, and you go all the way back down to the mat. That's okay, there's empowerment there. You've succeeded, you know what you did correctly, you know what, oh, I can take a different route next time. No, I need to develop my finger strength. You figured out some learnings and teachings along the way, so now you know that you can do it. Now, imagine the other way. You started to climb, you went, I don't think I could do it, I'm not gonna make it, and you just go all the way back down to the bottom of the mat, and you say, I'm done. So what kind of feeling is that? That's not that empowerment feeling, that's the defeated feeling. And sometimes we do that to ourselves, and that's where some of the negative talk and thinking comes, is that we just gave up. So I'm talking about being resilient in your thinking and not to give up that way. The third mindset thinking I have is taking action. Now you think, well, action's not in your mind, but it is if it's about believing where you're going. So if you believe of your goal and where your mission is and where you're heading towards, that's your empowered action. So while I was getting ready for the speech today, I needed some coaching from my 19-year-old, actually he turns 19 tomorrow. So I was stumbled on, well, what topics am I going to teach here today at this Women's Empowerment? And I have so many I want to teach for you. And he's like, he's a computer coder, so he codes and he does hacker competitions on Saturdays for 8 hours. He goes, what they do is they give them rubber duckies. And the reason they give them a rubber ducky is now they have to explain to this duck what all their code says. Here, duck, this is what my code says, and they keep talking and talking and talking. And eventually they figure out where their error is in their code. It becomes a different way of thinking. So, I'm sorry, but these are you. I was pretending these are you guys, and who am I empowering, and what is it that they're wanting to learn and get from today's session? What do I want to be teaching you guys here today? So for me, it's the three resiliencies in growing a business. So you need to be bold, and you need to be resilient, and you need to take action. Now, I wanted to end with each of you thinking about a goal or a vision that you're wanting to accomplish. So just take a minute, think in your heads. Is there a goal that you have that you want to accomplish? If you haven't thought of a goal, sorry, getting dry, you can think of even just increasing your water intake or exercising. I just want you to think of a goal that you want to do in the next little bit. Or it could be starting a whole new another not-for-profit. So that's the first step of having a successful business, is having that goal and that mission and knowing where you want to go. So think about what you could do in bold. Is there some spinach in somebody's teeth? Is there something you know that needs to happen that you can make changes with? Think about that for a moment. Oh, thanks. Sure. Water. So I really wanted, I kind of wanted a show of hands, but I forgot to ask that. Who has the vision in their head of what their goal is? Yeah, Nikki, I see you. Yes, thank you back there. Thanks, Amanda, thank you. Okay, so what kind of bold actions can you take? What kind of bold stand can you be? What kind of voice can you be that is bold? Also, in your resilient thinking, do you really, really believe in your goal? Really, really believe in it. Really believe in yourself, really believe in the others, and really believe in your business. And what you're thinking there is about getting to the top of that climb. So if you can have 3 images in your head when you're thinking about the bold, you're thinking about getting that spinach out of somebody's mouth, you see it, and you should act and say something. And then the belief, the resilient thinking is getting to the top of the goal. And the action could be just simply, what's the most important action I need to do today to make my business successful or to help myself in my personal growth. So I like to conclude with the mindsets for a successful business are those 3. Be bold in your actions, be resilient in your thinking, and take action. And what empowered action do you plan to take after today? Write it down, and thank you. And after the networking, I do have a table over there as well to come and visit. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, you guys must be quite tired listening to this. Here's I'm the last. But I'll try to make it whatever I can do the best. And I'm not a public speaker, so please bear with me. It's a wonderful occasion and true honor to stand before you and speak about something very close to my heart, women's empowerment in business. Prabhatji and Sai Baba organization, I am really thankful to you for inviting me to speak. For far too long, business was seen as a man's world. Women were expected to stay in the background, to support rather than the lead. But times has changed. Today we are not just sitting at the table, we are shaping industries, driving innovations, and proving that success has no barriers, no gender. I was born into the builder's family in India, and from my childhood experience, I had developed some basic business skills, but I was certain of one thing: I never wanted to marry a businessman. Instead, I married an engineer, my husband Radhe, 51 years ago, and I moved to Canada with him. Arriving in this new country, I felt lost. Everything was unfamiliar. The culture, the language, the way of life. But destiny had a different plans for me, despite my determination to stay away from the business. My husband Radhe and I planted the seeds of Rohit Group 46 years ago while I was pregnant for my son Rohit. And the journey has been full of rewards and full of challenges ever since. This journey taught me very important. Success isn't just about the ambition, it's about resilience, adaptability, and the courage to keep going, even when things do not go as you plan. I became a warrior. Today, women entrepreneurs are breaking barriers and redefining leadership to truly thrive in the business, as Catherine has said, the most of their skills. And every woman here in this room already have that power to develop themselves. In my business, my initial primary role was in the house design. You would be surprised at the unique perspective women can bring to the business and in the different area. Let me share an example. I would sit in the boardroom in the meetings with the architects and the men from my organizations, many of whom have been around the property since childhood. Yet they overlooked one fundamental element in the house plan. Anybody would like to guess what they missed? What? Anybody else? Anything else? No, that was a linen closet. Why? Because men typically do not do the laundry. So they never considered where it would go. Something so simple yet so essential for a functional home was completely overlooked. Along the way, I embraced every challenge that came my way. Whatever fell into my lap, I took on with determinations. I stepped in to solve problems that no one else would solve it or could not wanted to handle it. Time and time again, I had to make tough decisions. some of the harder decisions in my life I ever had to make. But I had to keep moving forward. Each challenge became an opportunity, and every obstacle only made me stronger and stronger. Being in business is like being a warrior. And especially, I'm in the construction industry, in the men's world, and I became a really warrior. And it's not for the faint-hearted who has a weak heart. You have to deal with the difficult people, face resistance from employees, customers, trades, etc. And constantly adapt to changing market. There is no peace because you are always on your toes, ready to respond to the new challenges. But through it all, my advice to women in this room, see business as an opportunity to make a difference in this world. True leadership is tested when there are no clear options, no clear direction. When losses surrounds you, when the burdens of making tough choices weighs on you. This journey challenged me deeply, even impacting my mental health. And thanks to my daughter, she's here. She saw those signs that I was suffering from my mental health. Nobody else could see in my organization. But I came from Jhansi. Most of you, especially Indians, must have learned the name. I come from the land of Rani Lakshmi, a fearless warrior. At just the 20 years age, the same warrior spirit run through my veins. And as a strong leader, I know the importance of standing tall and pushing forward. We need women who take actions, make decisions, and do so fearlessly. And yes, that comes at a cost. The cost that does not just fight battles in the business world, you bring that war home too. At one time, my husband had a dengue and he had a 104-degree temperatures. I gave him the medication. I was in the office. And after 2 hours, I phoned for some reason, he was not picking up my phone. Those 20 minutes, and I was with my customers, but I had to leave them in the boardroom, and those 20 minutes were the hardest drive for me. Constantly I was crying. What stage I'll find my husband? I come home, my husband, what happened? What happened? Why are you home? I saw him. In 30 seconds, I was back on the road to meet my client. I left him in the house. And there's another time, this was the first major award we won in the industry. And I was supposed to be standing on my husband's side. But I get a call from my son, who was only actually 11-year-old. I should not have left him at home. He phones me, Mom, Nupur is sick. I said, can you just check her peak flow meter reading? And he said, Mom, this is what it is. I said, okay, I'll call you in 5 minutes. He said, well, her peak flow meter reading is going down. Okay, I'm coming home. If it goes down before that, then you just call 911. And I left my husband. And I am in the hospital sitting with my daughter. So that is the price you have to pay being in the business. But this is the price of change, of progress, and of the leadership I had to pay. However, empowerment is just about personal success. It's about lifting others as we rise. That's why I believe in giving back, whether through mentoring, supporting charities, or investing in the communities. Because when we empower others, we create a world where more women can succeed. So to every woman in this room, Don't wait for anybody's permission. Take the first step. Be bold. Be fearless. Chase your dreams with confidence. And remember, failure is in the end. It's just a lesson. Today I celebrate all strong women, fearless women who refuse to back down in this room. Keep fighting, keep leading, and keep making the difference. And next year I would like to have a couple of new women on the podium. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Krishnaji. That was wonderful. All right, ladies, and a few gentlemen here.
Thank you.
Are we ready for question and answers? All right, do we have some top questions for these top ladies? Do I see a raised hand in the corner there, Navi? Thank you, and the last table by the door.
Only ladies can ask questions.
Oh, we did say that. You're creating your own boundaries, Mr. Prabhat.
She told me that it cannot raise.
I did recognize you. I did say that there were a few gentlemen here, so.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead with your question, sorry.
Thank you for the speeches. My name is Kavya. My question is, what are some ways that you build mental resiliency? How do you know, like when you are doubting yourself or when you're losing motivation, what are some skills or tools that you use to like build yourself up? It's for either or both.
I would like to talk about that. So for myself, in doubting myself, is there was a few years, maybe 3-4 years ago, there was some doubt. And what I did is I started noticing when people were giving me compliments, and I started to journal about it. And when you look at that journal, and it has a page full of people saying wonderful things that you did, and you have to really pay attention to it. We're not hearing it or seeing it. It's out there. And that became a place of, okay, I could go back to, here are my strengths, here's what people see in me, and here's what I see in myself. So also in that journal, there's 3 or 4 other pages that are, these are my strengths, and these are what I'm capable of, and these are things I want to grow in. So you have to do it yourself. You have to build yourself up, and it might take a few years to build those words and those numbers. And I found when I was doubting myself that reading that really helped. Of course, I love reading motivational books and things, so that always pumps it up right away, because they always pump you up in the books. So yeah, does that help?
For me, just like Catherine, I used to read lots of motivational books, and whenever I had some challenges, I will just go to my friends or I'll come to my kids. They were my most motivational people to support me in my tough times. That's how I built my resilience.
Thank you. Any other questions? We can, okay. Question for Krishnaji.
The story is so inspiring and so real. Thank you so much, Krishnaji, for sharing. I just have this question about, you.
To the front, center.
All right, Sudhaji, please present this to Catherine. Turn around. Next, I would like to invite Mira Quinton. I'll request Puri to give it to Mira, please. If all the speakers can also please stay on stage. Next, I would like to invite Sashi. I'll request Nidhi to give the certificate to Sashi ji. All right, next we would like to invite Lisa. I request Nehal to do the honor, please. All right, last but not the least, Jennifer, please make your way. I'll request Naveen to do the honor. We'll do the group photo now. I'll request Lisa to stay on stage, please. Next up, we'll be recognizing sponsors and volunteers. Lisa, please return. Thank you.
Good job.
So first of all, I'm going to recognize the sponsors we have here today. The World Financial Group, Tom Chinsky Agencies, the co-operators, Brave Connections, Maxwell Polaris, Anrich Mortgage Group, Accounting and Tax Avenue Inc., Yapa Photography, capturing the Kodak moments. All right, let's start with Yapa to come on stage, please.
Next one.
Yapa Photography, they are the one capturing our moments today for the whole conference. Oh, thank you to them. Accounting and Tax Avenue, please. Nidhi Kapoor, Maxwell Polaris. Tom Chinsky Agencies. World Financial Group. We'll also be recognizing our media partners. Let's invite Mandir Pujara from Prime Asia. Catherine Cote from Brave Connections. Next up, Kulwinder Bamra from Enrich Mortgage Group. Deepak Sondi, Times of Asia. Jaisani, MDTV. All right, thank you. Thank you to all the sponsors and media partners for covering today's wonderful conference here. Next up, I'll request Lisa to be seated, please, and thank you. All right, I'll now request Jennifer to come on stage to present the certificates to the V team members. All the V team members, please be ready. Prabhatji, please make your way to the stage. She's recognizing you. I'm not the one to say yes or no. Purvi Chaturvedi. Next up, Nidhi Desai. Nidhi Desai. All right, Snehal Patel.
Nice to meet you.
Naveen Ahuja. Sudha Rudra. Dia Patel. Zeen Patel. Haley Patel. Sambhavi Bhardwaj. Prabhat Chaturvedi.
So I just want to take this moment to say a few words here. So the certificate I present right now and is as a city councillor for the area which this organization and this team is located. And so I really appreciate their great work, and specifically for our leader. And even today is the International Women's Day, but this leader and never stop his commitment and hard work to make difference in our community. And since the first Empower Women conference happening in 2023. So I want to recognize his work, and because without him, and we will not here today. So I have special gift and with this certificate together and to recognize his commitment and work and to build this stronger community. Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer, because I know he has said several times, don't take my name, so thank you.
So this is a surprise to me. Because the list which I have provided to Jennifer, my name is not there, but my organization name is there. So it's a surprise gift on International Women's Day. So just a message to all women, just follow your passion. That's it. Don't worry about your spouse, about your kids. Gift for me? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eric. I know what's going to happen after the session at home. Normal, Mira.
Prabhat, one question. Talk something about women empowerment yourself.
Sorry, what's the question?
Talk about women empowerment today.
Talk about women empowerment. I already mentioned that she is my mentor. What else you need to know? And she's already recording, I believe, so there's a proof.
All right. All right. We're gonna recognize, Jennifer, on behalf of City, recognizing appreciation to the Women Empowerment Team, which is on behalf of Sai Aastha Foundation for the second Women Empowerment Conference.
So right now, to be honest, we were not knowing about this certification to be awarded to us. I don't think we were so much fortunate, but today I think I need to buy a lottery ticket. So our board members are not here except Ramesh, who is our director. and our treasurer already left, so that's what I've called him. A big round of applause to Ramesh. He had worked very hard.
So we have one more recognition left. Our wonderful MC who did.
But before that, a big round of applause to our MC.
Yeah. Shirdi Patel.
So I just want to say, because I don't like to speak aloud, but if I get a chance to hold the mic, I don't want to give it to anyone. Anyway, so first of all, a big round of applause to all of you for coming here, spending your weekend time, and enjoying this second Women Empowerment Conference. Voice of Change, Amplifying New Perspectives, which was a very great title, and I want to say special thanks to Shashi. She had given me this idea. A big round of applause to Shashi. Also, I want to thank all of our sponsors. There are 6 sponsors, one is not here. So big round of applause to all our sponsors, and please don't miss going there. Motivate them so that they can come and join us again. So please don't miss. And all our volunteers who worked hard behind the team, behind the scene. I'm a little bit nervous, don't know why. And a special thanks to our chef who had made a good food, nice tea, coffee. It was really great. And a special thanks to Government of Alberta. Lisa is representing that department who had funded this project. It's not 100% funded, it's partially funded, but that's a big support. And we are fortunate that Lisa is here so she can convey this message down to the team, how the event was. Thank you so much, Lisa. And with this, hand over to MC. And thanks to Yampa Photography, please, and don't miss scanning the QR code. It's really effective. Whatever photos they have taken, it's already on the phone now. So just scan it, submit your information, take selfie, and within 15-20 minutes you will get the photographs on your phone, and then you can download. Thank you so much again, and once again, Happy International Women's Day. Over to Edison. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhatji, for your kind words. And I also want to see this, that everybody, this is the networking time again, because I know earlier during the lunchtime we were so busy networking and taking pictures and everything. So do not miss that. I would also like all the V team members to stay on stage, actually, please, for the picture. Jennifer, would you like to stay on stage?